Well, let's start. We are continue to study PHP, and today we gonna read chapter 15 of the book Learning PHP, MySQL and JavaScript. And this chapter is titled entitled JavaScript Functions, Objects and Arrays. Just like PHP, JavaScript offers access to functions and objects. In fact, JavaScript is actually based on objects because, as you have seen, it has no access the DOM, which makes every element of an HTML document available to manipulate as an object. The usage and syntax are also quite similar to those of PHP, so you should feel right at home as I take you through using functions and objects in JavaScript, as well as through an in-depth exploration of array handling. JavaScript functions. In addition to having access to thousands of built-in functions or methods, such as write, which you have already seen being used in document.write, you can easily create your own functions. Whenever you have a relatively complex piece of code that is likely to be reused, you have a candidate for a function. Defining a function. The general syntax for a function is shown here. Function, function name, parameter, statements. The first line of the syntax indicates the following. A definition starts with the word function. A name follows that must start with a letter or underscore followed by any number of letters, digits, dollar signs, or underscores. The parentheses are required. One or more parameters separated by commas. The optional indicated one or more parameters separated by commas are optional, indicated by the square brackets, which are not part of the function syntax. Function names are case sensitive, so all of the following strings refer to different functions: get input, and get input. Okay. In JavaScript, there is a general naming convention for functions. The first letter of each word is a name in a name is capitalized, except for the very first letter, which is lowercase. Therefore, of the previous examples, get input would be the preferred name used by most programmers. This convention is commonly referred to as bumpy caps, bumpy case, and camel case. Bumpy caps, bumpy case, and camel case. The opening curly brace starts the statements that will execute when you call the function. A matching curly brace must close it. These statements may include one or more return statements, which force the function to cease execution and return to the calling code. If a value is attached to the return statement, the calling code can retrieve it. The arguments array. The arguments array is a member of every function. With it, you can determine the number of variables passed on a function and what they are. Take the example of a function called display items. Example 15.1 shows one way of writing it. Okay, defining a function. Script display items dog, cat, pony, hamster, tortoise. Functions display items v1, v2, v3, document write v1. Okay, when you call up this script in your browser, it will display the following. Let's try. All of this is fine. Okay, we make a new folder here, and also we make a new folder, chapter 15. Yes, and here we make a new file, 1 HTML. Okay, so we use script JavaScript, display items. Okay, doc cat pony hamster. What does it mean, hamster? Tortoise. Okay, function display items, v1, v2, v3, v4, v5. Nice. Then document write, v1 plus break. Okay, very good. Here we change 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, nice. Here we end. So let's see what we will have. Copy relative path and paste it here. Localhost. Okay, like this. Dog, cat, pony, hamster, tortoise. Perfect. Perfection of life. Okay, let's continue. All of this is fine, but what if you wanted to pass more than 5 items to the function? Also, reusing the document write call multiple times instead of employing a loop is wasteful programming. Luckily, the arguments array gives you the flexibility to handle a variable number of arguments. Example 15.2 shows how you can use it to rewrite the previous example in a much more efficient manner. Okay, let's see. Function display items for j equal to 0, j less than display items arguments length, j plus plus j, increment j, document write display items. Okay, let's see how does it works. Let's see. This is 15.2. Okay, function display items okay, item display item, let it be display item. Okay, for j equal to 0, j less than display item dot arguments dot length plus plus j. Nice. And here what we see, document write display item arguments something other j plus break. Okay, let's see how does it works. Okay, we should everything do properly here. Yes, and we should comment, because I think they will not allow to work together, which is working, which is actually working. Let's see. Second one is working. That's interesting. That's interesting actually. Doc at polling hamster. Okay, very nice. See, everything is nicely, smoothly going. Okay, so what is happening here? Note the use of the length property, which you already encountered in the previous chapter, and also how I reference the array display items dot arguments using the variable j as on offset into it. I also choose to keep the function short and sweet by not surrounding the contents of the for loop in curly braces, as it contains only a single statement. Okay, remember that the loop must stop when j is 1 less than length, not equal to length. Less than length, not equal to length. Okay, length j. Okay. Using this technique, you now have a function that can take as many or as few arguments as you like and act on each argument as you desire. Nice. So this function is not working anymore, and this one is actually working. So here we do everything by hands, and here what we do, j equal to 0, j less than arguments length, and here 0, actually how many, 1 2 3 4 5 okay, j less than 5, so we use 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4, and that is quite enough. Okay, very nice. Continue. Returning a value. Functions are not used just to display things. In fact, they are mostly used to perform calculations or data manipulations and then return a result. The function fixNames in example 15.3 uses the arguments array discussed in the previous section to take a series of strings passed to it and return them as a single string. The fix it performs is to convert every character in the arguments to lowercase except for the first character of each argument, which is set to a capital letter. Example 15.3. Cleaning up a full name. Document write fixNames the Dallas Cowboys. Function fixNames var s. Okay, for j 0, j less than fixed names arguments length, s plus fixed names arguments, char at 0 to uppercase plus return s subster 0 s length minus 1. Oh. Okay, let's see what's happening here. 15.3. Let's save it as a 3. Okay, and let's see and type and what is actually happening. Document write fix names the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Function fix names, and here no arguments. Here what we have, var s. Okay, yes, for j equal to 0, j less than fix names arguments length plus j. Okay, plus j, and here what we have, s plus equal fix names arguments j. Okay, char at 0 to uppercase plus fix names as substring 0 s length minus 1. Okay, then return s substr. Okay, this one is returning fixed names. Here some arguments j dot substring 1 to lower case plus. Okay, let's see what will actually happen. Fixed names for j, fixed names argument. Okay, this is we understand what's happening here. This is just a loop, but what is actually happening here? S plus equal fixed names arguments. Okay, we get okay char at first character to uppercase plus argument j substring 1 to lowercase return as substring 0 as length -1. Okay, let's try what we'll have here. The Dallas Cowboys. Okay, working nicely, but we don't understand how. When called with the parameters the Dallas and Cowboys, for example, the function return the string the Dallas Cowboys. Let's walk through the function. It first initializes the temporary and local variable s to empty string. Then for a loop iterates through each of the passed parameters, isolating the parameter's first character using the char add method and converting it to uppercase with the toUppercase method. Okay, so fixed name argument j char add, we take first letter and make it to uppercase. Okay, and here subster 1 to lowercase. Okay, the various methods shown in this example are all built into JavaScript and available by default. Then the subster method is used to fetch the rest of each string, which is converted to lowercase via the toLowercase method. A fuller version of the subster method here would specify how many characters are path of the substring and as a second argument. Substring 1, substring 0, arguments, substring 1 to lowercase, substring 1 to lowercase, substring 1, arguments, length -1. In other words, the subster method says start with the character at position 1, the second character, and return the rest of the string 1 at the length -1. Okay. As a nice touch, though, the subster method assumes that you want the rest of the string if you omit the second argument. After the whole argument is converted to our desired case, a space character is added to the end and the result is appended to the temporary variable s. Finally, the subster method is used again to return the content of the variable s except for the final space, which is unwanted. We remove this by using subster to return the string up to but not including the final character. This example is particularly interesting in that it illustrates the use of multiple properties and methods in a single expression. For example, fixed names arguments j subster 1 to lowercase. You have to interpret the statement by mentally dividing it into parts at the periods. JavaScript evaluates these elements of the statement from left to right as follows. Start with the name of the function itself, fixed names. Extract element j from the array arguments representing fixed name arguments. Invoke subster with a parameter of 1 to the extracted element. This passes all but the first character to the next section of the expression. Passes all but the first. Okay, apply the method to lowercase to the string that has been passed thus far. This practice is often referred to as method chaining. So, for example, if the string mixed case is passes to the example expression, it will go through the following transformation: mixed case, xed case, xed case. In other words, fixed names argument j produces mixed case, then subster1 takes mixed case and produces xed case, and finally to lowercase takes xed case and produces xed case. Okay, so in other words, fixed names arguments j produces mixed case. Okay, it takes, then subster1 takes mixed case and produces xed case. Subster1, okay, and finally to lowercase takes. One final reminder: the s variable created inside the function is local and therefore cannot be accessed outside the function. By returning s in the return statement, we made its value available to the caller, which could store or use it any way is wanted. But s itself disappears at the end of the function, although we could make a function operate in global variables, and sometimes that's necessary. It's much better to just return the values you want to preserve and let JavaScript clean up all the other variables used by function. Okay, we got the theory, but if we try a little bit in the practice, what will we see? For example, we take, okay, so this to uppercase, char at 0. If we make this here 1, what will happen? If you make here 2, okay, so the letter char at, okay, character to uppercase, okay, we take a character and make it to uppercase. Okay, then here fixed names argument subster1 to lowercase. If we put here 0, then what will happen? Okay, 1 means -1 from beginning. Yes, -1 from beginning. Okay, now we can get some awareness. How does it exactly works? So this take character 1 and make it uppercase, and this one take all string except first characters. to lower case. So now that we can understand a little bit how does it work, as substring, then why does not it why we don't, if we just return s, then what will happen? Dallas Cowboys. Then why should we put here substring 0s length -1 to zero? Because this is actually loop. Okay, thank you very much. Here we